What's up, guys, and welcome back to the G-Red Show. I'm G-Red. We are finally into the quarterfinal after that crazy penalty shootout from Atletico and Inter Milan. I feel for Inter, I feel for Lautaro Martinez, but we are officially on to the quarterfinal. All 8 teams are confirmed, and Barcelona, the first time in I think 4 years, has reached the Champions League quarterfinal. And this is how Barcelona could win the Champions League. So we have a quarterfinal of Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Arsenal, Man City, PSG, Dortmund, and Bayern Munich. You really can't ask for a better quarterfinal because these matchups are going to be ridiculous. Anybody can play anyone. The draw is Friday morning, so 2 days from now, we're going to have the stage will be set for the quarterfinal. I want to touch on Barcelona, how they can win the Champions League, and I want to touch on the Napoli versus Barcelona match, and we'll touch on how Barcelona can actually win the Champions League. We'll touch on that first. But first and foremost, one of the most important things for Barca to win the Champions League is to get healthy. And the good news is, Pedri and Frankie, it looks like they'll both be cleared to play for the quarterfinal. It looks like Pedri, it's not set in stone if he'll be back for the first or the second leg. Frankie is my biggest concern, and it looks like he will be back for the first leg. Pedri's been inconsistent all season, especially with his injuries, and even when he's been healthy, he hasn't been at his best. We've seen glimpses of, Pedri playing very well, but I'd rather have Frankie on the pitch regardless. So nonetheless, it's good to know that we do have both players available. The next most important thing for Barcelona to make it far in this competition is simply to not get matched up with Bayern Munich or Man City. I'm a firm believer Barcelona can take care of Atletico. They can take care of Dortmund, PSG. They can beat Arsenal, and they can beat Real Madrid. They should have beat Real Madrid earlier this season. They choked, unfortunately. The Super Cup, that's a different story. They didn't play good at all. Real Madrid dominated that match, but it's El Clasico and anything can happen. There's something about Bayern Munich where Barcelona is cursed. They always draw them and they can never, ever get past them. It seems like they haven't gotten past them since, that 2015 season when Barcelona won the Champions League. To beat them in City, or at least play them twice and be able to get through. I know Barcelona has quality and, they have been playing better football lately, but I just don't see them being able to get past them and shutting down their superstars on both teams for 2 matches in a row. Barcelona has a lot of youth, Cabarsi now. They have Lamine Yamal. Rafinha's inexperienced on the big stage in the Champions League. Even Koundé and Araujo, they're not that experienced deep in the Champions League. It's going to be a very, very tough task for Barca if they have to draw Bayern Munich or Manchester City. I don't think they get through. Could they win? Absolutely. But that's a match where hypothetically, if they played them in the final, I think they could win because it's one match rather than playing them twice. If you get drawn to PSG, you shut down Mbappe, and I feel comfortable saying you win because PSG's midfield is very inexperienced and very young. Barcelona would dominate the midfield. As a result, which they would dominate the match. Their defense has been playing a lot better. Cabarsi, at 17, age aside, he looks class. He looks very comfortable. Lamine Yamal, age aside, is playing world class right now. That's not an issue. Real Madrid's tough. It's Real Madrid. Arsenal would be tough. Anybody's going to be tough. But I truly think Barcelona, that's their first step. Getting healthy, and second step, they don't draw City or Bayern Munich. I think Barcelona, they have another chance to make it to the semifinal. It's a random draw for the next round, and it will show the bracket, so we'll be able to see if Barcelona pulls through who they'll play the next match as well. This is why last season on one side, it was Inter Milan, AC Milan, and Napoli. That side was so much easier than the left side. There was like PSG, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Man City. It was ridiculous. This year will be very balanced on both sides. You got world-class teams left and right, so this is going to be a very exciting Champions League quarterfinal, and I think Barcelona has a shot to go far if they don't draw City or Bayern Munich next round. Now, in regards to the Napoli-Barcelona match, for the majority of the match, Barcelona played some of the best football they have all season, and particularly before Napoli scored their first goal. Honestly, I was so impressed and honestly shocked with the way they were playing. They were playing with urgency, they were hustling, they played with confidence, most importantly, which we don't see that often. Even Rafinha was playing very well. I would give Rafinha an 8 or 9 out of 10 for the first half. I wish he scored that goal just because it was such a nice move to cut inside. He finessed, hits the post, but great job on Cancelo following up and putting the goal away. Obviously, Fermin Lopez had a nice goal. The goal by Lewandowski, how unbelievable was that turn from Sergio Roberto? He's barely played this season. He comes on in the biggest match of the season. And what does he do? Unbelievable. He's super unselfish. It was just such a great build-up play. Gundogan played great. Lamine Yamal, the first half, was outstanding. Cabarsi, what else can you say? He's 17. He's a kid. 17-year-olds. When I was 17, I was in school playing FIFA, playing video games with my friends. And this kid's playing in the Champions League. It's unbelievable, him and Lamine Yamal. The criticism they get is absolutely ridiculous and unnecessary. People were actually criticizing the goal Lamine Yamal scored. I think it was Mallorca. Oh, it's Mallorca. It's just, oh, they're not good. He's 16. He's a kid. He's arguably one of the best players in La Liga as a kid. Imagine how much better he's going to get when he actually gets his full-grown man strength and he gets faster and stronger. Same with Cabarsi. They're going to be even better than they are now. And they're going to be more experienced. The one complaint I have about the Napoli match, though, I will say, and it was mostly in the second half, Barcelona has a tendency to give their opponent opportunities. Romeu he's useless. He can't move. He literally set up Kvaratskhelia on a silver platter. Luckily, Barcelona was up 3-1 at that point, and he missed the net. He literally passed it in the box through the middle right to him. There was another time, I think it was Cancelo headed the ball in the middle of the pitch that resulted in almost in an opportunity for Napoli. They can't make these kind of mistakes in the quarterfinals, especially if you're playing Real Madrid, City, Bayern. You can't afford to make those mistakes because those teams are hard to score on as is. And giving them a goal, you can't afford to do that. So that's my biggest concern moving forward, and my only critique really in the Napoli match, in the Barcelona-Napoli match in the second leg. I'm excited. I think Barcelona, they deserve to be in the quarterfinal. They've had a tough year, riddled with injury, and say what you want, but they've made it this far. And I truly believe if they don't get matched up to Bayern Munich or Man City next round, they have a true shot at making the semifinal, and then who knows what happens from there because City or Bayern, one of them could lose. There could be upsets. There could be another team that loses, so you never know what could happen. So let me know what you guys think down below. Does Barcelona actually have a true shot, and do you think if they get matched up with Bayern Munich or Man City, they actually have a chance at winning? Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys back here next time on the G-Red Show.